left, and what's been the response?
Absolutely. So 98 people have purchased it, but about half of those have gone through, mainly because I tell people up front that it likely will arrive as water.
Yeah.
But I do have a new product coming out today that will guarantee snow on arrival.
I got to give you props, sir. We got to give him props. And as we roll out, Jim Cantore's laying in the snow.
You know, snow-water ratio. That's
right.
A great way to showcase it.
Jim, how you doing? We'll see you tomorrow, my friend.
Have an amazing day.
I'm doing good.
Currently in our area, 67 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunny, high 76. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, a mainly sunny sky, high 73. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
This is Weather Center live from the lab. I'm Chris Warren.
I'm Kelly Cass. We're in the lab keeping cozy, nice and warm here. Our storm specialist, Dr. Rick Postel, is here as well because you know what? The next few days are going to be very impactful.
Yeah, we've got a weekend blizzard to talk about in the Northeast and also a long track winter storm all the way from the southern plains to the Northeast by the middle of next week. So the hits keep on coming.
This weekend and then next week.
Correct.
Most of the country will be impacted by that one.
Yeah, I think so, right. Could be a big travel problem, I think.
All right, so we're going to take a look at that. But right now, here's a look at where the cold and snow are right now and where the cold and maybe the snow will be in some cases. This is a live look right now at Cleveland. You can see some snow on the ground. Buffalo, also some snow on the ground. And we know that in Boston, there is a ton of snow on the ground. Now, for New York, some snow on the way potentially for you. So we are looking at these 4 cities where it is going to be snowy. If it's not now, it will be. Let's go to Kelly right now with a look at that. Kelly.
What we're seeing out there today, Chris, is just adding insult to injury. It's not a major snow event, but it's not what you want to look out the window right about now and see coming down from the sky, and that is more snow. Our first clipper impacting us right now across New England. You can see that lighter shade of blue across upstate New York, indicating some of that light snow coming down around Elmira and Binghamton. Buffalo, you've got the snow this morning as well with those temperatures, ouch, only in the teens between Buffalo and Cleveland. New York City just above the freezing mark, but even here we're likely to see at least a little bit of a wintry mix. So there's your forecast for today. That snow heading on down the Mass Pike once again into the Boston area, but it's out of here by tonight. Still the Cape experiencing some snow, and snow showers still continue across western New York State. Well, Jim Cantore is in Boston's famous Fenway Park to show how the snow is blanketing the baseball field.
It is truck day here at Fenway Park, and we are actually inside the park. And I'll tell you, I've never in my wildest dreams imagined I would be standing in knee to thigh deep snow here. And it's just like this on the field as well. Take a look at this Twitter picture and you can see what we're talking about. I mean, this is the edge of the snow where they've pretty much taken a snow blower and removed it from the wall. These are where all the drains are. So once this melts, if it ever melts, they'll be able to get some of this snow out of here. But it's just absolutely incredible when you think about this much snow and the fact that opening day is 2 months and 1 day exactly from the day today. And this year, the Red Sox actually have a later opening date than they normally would. So they're going to be away for their first few series, obviously playing the Yankees and whatnot as they start the new season. But boy, I'll tell you guys, it's tough down here in the right field box seats to even find them once you get out here in this part of the field because of all the snow that we've had. And this, of course, is a hitter's dream out here. Especially if you're a lefty, you know, we've all seen Poppy line drive it over the fence here and over the wall. And there's Pesky's pole right there, standing proud and tall amongst the snow. Well, it's wintertime in Boston. More snow is in the forecast, but baseball is right around the corner. From Fenway Park in Boston, I'm meteorologist Jim Cantore.
Jim, thank you. Definitely does not seem like baseball season yet. Still winter. This is a look at the calendar in Boston. What has happened? So looking back at the snow, things really started to hurt here. January 24th. 5 inches of snow, and each one of these blue squares indicates some snow. And then some of the darker color here, that's a lot of snow. In fact, more than a foot on the 27th, and you can see snow on the 26th, the 28th, 29th, 30, 31. Now into February, and here's another winter storm comes in, brings more than a foot as well. Couple day break, and then even more snow right here, and not a lot, but still snow coming out of the sky. And then again, here comes another storm on the 8th of the 9th in February. And then we're looking now at this weekend and the potential for another blizzard in the Northeast. Some dangerous conditions when we're dealing with snow on the ground, snow piles everywhere. And you look at the forecast for Boston, we're looking at snow here. And then this weekend, you're going to have some winds, a little bit of a break. And then here you go, Saturday into Sunday, you see that snow blowing. So even if the snow's not falling from the sky, the wind itself, we know, Dr. Postel, will create some very dangerous conditions with the blowing snow.
Chris, that's exactly right. I mean, it's going to be windy and really cold. Arctic air will be in place for this one, and it'll bring likely a lot of snow. Let's go to Saturday's forecast across parts of the Northeast. This is really where things get underway. As a Clipper system kind of moves in from the northwest, guys. But then we're going to see secondary development offshore, probably close to the Gulf of Maine, bringing some heavy snow back on the northwest side of this thing, and it's going to be snowing and windy. And as I mentioned, very cold. So this is going to have the characteristics of a blizzard with it. And we'll just have to see it evolve as we go through Sunday night. Probably things move on off into the Canadian Maritimes by then. But to show you where this guy's coming from and to show you why it's going to be so cold, this is it. This is the upper level circulation right here that's going to be moving southward and find itself in tight along the coast, guys. The last couple of systems over the last week that we've seen in the Northeast have been 500 miles offshore. For example, let's look at this one. Yesterday, remember we were talking about a clipper? Look how far away from the coast it was and only led to a little bit of light coastal snow showers in eastern Massachusetts. Tomorrow, we'll be dealing with a clipper that is going to be a little bit closer, but probably not bring more than 1 to 3. This one over the weekend that we're talking about, guys, is going to be much closer into the coast. It's going to be in tight west of the benchmark, which generally means the possibility of some heavy snow and strong wind and exceptionally cold temperatures. That's the kind of map that we're looking for on Saturday night and Sunday with heavy snow. Right now, our forecast for Boston has probably 8 to 12 inches, but there is some risk to go more than that with this particular event. If you want to time it out for us on Saturday and Sunday, you can see how it starts snowing and blowing late Saturday night and early Sunday morning. And look at some of these numbers for the afternoon on your Sunday, highs in the lower teens and getting even colder Sunday night as the storm departs into the Canadian Maritimes. But it's not just Boston, it's a New England story as well. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Postel. And then there's New York. Unlike Boston, when it comes to snow, New York has been on the outside, so to speak, looking in, and winter's bringing some dangerously cold air.
We're going to check in. Reagan Medji's been there reporting for us, and there's a live look at Times Square, where yet again we are tracking more, at least, of a wintry mix.
Night, Ted.
Night. A trunk that opens when your hands are full. Directions in high definition.
Hi, babe.
You're not gonna make it, are you?
And a button that makes snow feel like pavement.
Come on. Have I ever let you down?
Can a car be a good wingman? You have no idea. H-Track all-wheel drive in the Hyundai Genesis.
Lease the Hyundai Genesis for $329 a month for 36 months, only at your local Hyundai dealer.
Ring, ring.
Progresso.
It's okay that your soup tastes like my homemade.
It's our slow-simmered vegetables and tender white meat chicken.
Apology accepted. I'm watching you, soup people.
Make it Progresso or make it yourself.
Mr. Gray, we'll see you now.
The future of the market is never clear, but at T. Rowe Price, we can help guide your retirement savings. Our experience is one reason 100% of our retirement funds beat their 10-year Lipper averages. So wherever your long-term goals take you, we can help you feel confident. Request a prospectus or summary prospectus with investment information, risks, fees, and expenses to read and consider carefully before investing. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
All cars are racing against time. Some are just doing better than others. Save 25% on durable Firestone Destination LE2 tires for your SUV at Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Are you a man over 40 and feeling tired, losing muscle, have less romantic drive? Then you need Ageless Male, with an ingredient clinically shown to increase free testosterone levels. Ageless Male is now available at these fine retailers.
Atlantic Beach, Florida.
Oh, love it.
Houma, Louisiana.
Oh, fantastic food. Carefree, Arkansas.
Been there.
Looneyville, Texas.
Done that. Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Phil and I go way back. Love that little animal.
Jim Cantori, now on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 67 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunny, high 76. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, a mainly sunny sky. High 73. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Lowe's presents How to Accidentally Invent a New Word.
This new living room is so you. It's so sophisticated. Exactly. Sophisticated.
Get Valspar Ultra Interior Paint now at a new lower price at Lowe's.
New Move Free Ultra brings a revolution to joint health. It's the smallest joint health pill, now with a new triple action formula for joint, cartilage, and bone health. Move on to new Move Free Ultra.
Cofaquin's number 5, the sleepless night. Sorry. Robitussin DM Max Nighttime's dual action liquid instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Robitussin, don't suffer the consequences.
How do you make cancer a thing of the past? Well, you use the past. Huntsman Cancer Institute has combined 300 years of family histories with health records to discover inherited genes for melanoma, breast, colon, and ovarian cancers, so we can predict and treat cancer, and sometimes even prevent it from happening in the first place. To learn more or support the cause, go to huntsmancancer.org.
Right now, this is Weather Center Live, and this is a live look at New York City, looking at the Brooklyn Bridge. So kind of looking off to the north and east a little bit. You can see some white on the ground. It looks cold, but it is mostly dry right now, and that is expected to change. We're going to see the chance for some rain, possibly some snow later on today. Now, talking about the difference when it comes to New York and then heading up 95 to Boston, just what a difference this season has been. You can see right here, this is a look at this season's snow totals. In New York, so far about 20 inches, which is, ahead of average here. However, you head up to Boston, and Boston looking at almost 80 inches of snow. This is an amazing year, one that's likely to go down in the history books, in the record books, because of all of the snow, and in such a short period of time in Boston. On average, less than 30 inches of snow here in Boston. So when you compare the two, Boston to New York, we're looking at a huge disparity, but there is the potential for New York to get some snow. And we're going to talk more about that right now. Let's go to Kelly.
And Chris, even just looking at the month of February, New York City is under 4 inches, at least right at Central Park. Let's see what's happening right now. Reagan Medji joining us from Washington Square Park, where, Reagan, we are expecting more snow to hit the Big Apple later on.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, the bigger thing here is that it's just been so stubbornly cold. I mean, you see all the snow that's still lining the streets, and it's not going anywhere. Not only here, but here, Washington Square Park behind me. This is where NYU, New York University, is as well. So, you know, we talked to people yesterday about what are they doing and how are they dealing in the cold. You just saw a runner run by me. So what does it take to stay warm in these kind of conditions?
For me, I do not leave the house in the morning unless I am at least got about 4 or 5 layers on, starting from the feet right up to the neck. As you can see now, the sun's out, you know, so I take this time to breathe my skin out. But for sure, 2 pairs of socks, 2 or 3 layers on my legs, and probably about 4 layers on top. Hat, gloves, scarf, and sometimes a face shield.
Yeah, so, you know, hats, gloves, scarves, everything. So, you know, with the Weather Channel, we got to be dressed to the gills with everything. So I have about 3 jackets on right now, and then I've got my gloves and my hat, Kelly. So, you know, it definitely, the cold is sticking around for a while.
Yeah, in fact, Reagan, stay right there. We're going to talk more about that cold. I'm glad to see you wearing the hat, by the way, because, yeah, it is definitely going to be cold and even turning windy across the Northeast. Here's a look at your forecast for Thursday. We're talking about that mix of rain and snow coming through. Up to 1 inch is possible, so really not a heavy accumulation for New York City anyway. Thursday night tonight gets very windy, and look at that temperature, dropping it down to 9 degrees, and then the sun comes back out for Friday. 20 degrees, though, that is all we'll see for a high, and it's going to stay below average. Look at your weekend forecast. We've got snow for Valentine's Day. Yeah, it's going to be a wintry looking one as you head out to dinner or maybe the theater. 17 degrees on Sunday, mix of sun and clouds and windy. And Reagan, we really don't see end in sight as far as the cold and even that chance for snow that's going to continue like every other day this week.
Yeah, so, you know, we want to give you a little demonstration real quickly. What happens if you get stuck in the car in this cold? You want to make sure that your car is gassed up. Also want to make sure that you have snacks on hand, you know, nuts, dried fruit, or even just power snacks. It gives nutrients and calories. The gas so the car can stay warm, and if you have your cell phone, you can plug it in. And last but not least, an empty water bottle. Why? If you see some snow, clean snow, you want to stuff it in there, have it melt, and that way you can drink it, because if you eat the snow, it could reduce your core temperature, causing a possibility of hypothermia. Back to you.
I love the idea there of just getting stocked for these winter events. You got to be ready for it.
And make sure it's clean snow.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, good point there. Right on the heels of these 2 clippers, we have yet another system to track.
And this one, the possibility of snow, ice, severe storms, and this includes many southern locations.
Jack's heart attack didn't come with a warning. Today's doctor has him on a bare aspirin regimen to help reduce the risk of another one. If you've had a heart attack, be sure to talk to your doctor before you begin an aspirin regimen.
Don't miss Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get 1921 prices on items store-wide, like a Torin 2-ton floor jack, just $19.21. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th one free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
If you've ever wondered how you're going to survive another harsh winter, or stay dry from torrential rain showers, or savor the last warm rays of sun, step inside the Jeep Grand Cherokee and wonder no more. This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever. Well-qualified lessees can lease the 2015 Grand Cherokee Laredo for $349 a month.
Your paycheck. Your family depends on it. But if something happened to you, you need life insurance. And chances are SelectQuote can get it for you for under $1 a day. SelectQuote found Alec, 38, a $500,000 policy for under $21 a month. Phil, 41, smokes an occasional cigar. Still, SelectQuote got him a $500,000 policy for under $25 a month. SelectQuote found Kenesha 39 a $350,000 policy for under $14 a month. SelectQuote's secret? They impartially shop a select group of highly rated companies like these for your best rates. Give your family the security it needs at a price you can afford. Call this number or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save.
Thrilled to have Jim Cantore on the show. He's been through like 80 tropical systems.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
When it comes to Medicare, everyone talks about what happens when you turn 65. But really, it's what you do before that counts. See, Medicare doesn't cover everything, only about 80% of Part B medical costs. The rest is on you.
Consider an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare Supplement insurance plans, it could really save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. So call now and request this free decision guide. Discover how an AARP Medicare Supplement plan could go long for you.
You want to choose your doctors. Avoid networks. What about referrals?
All plans like these let you visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients, with no networks and virtually no referrals needed. So call now, request your free guide, and explore the range of AARP Medicare Supplement plans.
65 may get all the attention, but now is a good time to start thinking about how you want things to be.
Go long.
Member Berries.com. Click the mic and enter code WEATHER or call 888-SWEET-90.
The wildest weather ever caught on camera. Oh my God! Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild Weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 67 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunny, high 76. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, a mainly sunny sky. High 73. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Snow. Skiers, snowboarders, snowmobilers, maybe that's about it, but we are forecasting yet more snow to occur in a lot of these locations. As a matter of fact, we could see snow across the south as well. So let's start off with a look at the lovely shade of blue across New England, all the way down into Nashville. We're getting some snow out there today. That is all snow with our Clipper system moving on through New York City, maybe more of a mix, holding our accumulation down to about an inch or so. And today, not as warm as yesterday, Atlanta, 46 degrees for high, 56 degrees in Dallas, and we're going to be tracking the southern branch of the jet stream get a little more active as we head beyond the weekend. But for now, it's action across the north. We've got more snow across the Great Lakes, catching a break. Boston, Providence, back towards New York, at least until Valentine's Day. We see our skies turning snowy once again. Go back to the snow globe. Here we go. And snow showers across the northern plains as we head toward the second half of the weekend. 40, that is it for your high in Atlanta on Sunday. Those overnight lows are going to be cold too. And really that cold air setting the stage, even here in the south, for more of a wintry mix shaping up from Oklahoma through Arkansas, Memphis, and Nashville. We got some snow headed your way, and it looks like that system is also going to produce a lot of heavy rain, even the chance for severe weather on the southern side of this next system. We want to go more in depth on this because we've got a lot going on. Let's head back out to the lab with Chris and Greg.
Thank you very much, Kelly. And this is a huge storm, but it's different than what we've seen in the Northeast, isn't it?
That's right. I mean, on Sunday, we're going to be dealing with a potential blizzard in the Northeast right there. And the next storm is actually going to come from a slightly different trajectory. So again, on Sunday, there's the Northeast storm, but by midweek, we're going to be watching stuff come in from the west. So this is an entirely different animal, Chris, from the kind of storms that we've seen lately in the Northeast. And I can animate this out sort of day by day to show you the pieces of upper level energy that are going to be coming together to give us that long track midweek storm next week.
And we're going to watch this, and again, starting from the Rockies all the way to the southeast and the Northeast as well. So that's where there will be impacts of some variety.
That's exactly right. So this is really a long event, right, going day by day across the country from the middle of the 3rd all the way to the East Coast. And on Wednesday, the impacts, as you mentioned, will be all the way from the Gulf Coast to Maine. So this is a substantial system with all kinds of winter weather and maybe even some thunderstorms, severe weather to boot.
All right, so of course the cold air, anything in there is likely to be snow.
Right. So Monday we'll be watching the northward movement of some moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, right? And where it intersects the cold air that's in place, this is kind of the area, if you were to roughly outline the area, just be on the lookout and keep tuned to the latest updates in the forecast for the possibility of icing.
And because there will be huge impacts if that icing happens and some snow happens in the south. It doesn't take much to cause a huge problem.
That's exactly right. So this one, much different than many others we've seen this season, will be bringing the cold air pretty far to the south, intersecting it with the moisture. So we'll have to watch out for snow and or ice in the south, and watch out in the Northeast. There could be more snow, maybe even closer to the coast, maybe even some rain too. So this isn't different. You can just get the sense. It smells different than what we've seen, right? So often this winter. So let's show you what we think is going to happen on Monday. Let's play it out sort of day by day, Chris.
Okay, and here it is. There's that icy threat, right? And then there's the mix. So somewhere in here, this goes all the way down into Arkansas.
That's an
Mississippi heads up.
Right along I-40. And then if you want to go to Tuesday, look, we've got rain in the south and snow on the north side. So we've got all kinds of winter weather variety here. And then if you want to take it out even farther on Wednesday, I'm a little bit suspect of this. I think that might be a little bit too cold there in the southeast. But still,
look at this, Dr. Postel.
That's exactly right.
And it was in here in Texas, too, the day before. So
that's exactly right. The cold air gets way south.
And this is a big storm that, of course, here on the Weather Channel, we will continue to update through the coming days. Kelly?
And meanwhile, guys, Boston's ongoing struggle to dig out continues. We've got even more snow on the way. On the residential streets, snow fatigue is definitely setting in.
If you're taking multiple medications, does your mouth often feel dry? A dry mouth can be a side effect of many medications, but it can also lead to tooth decay and bad breath. That's why there's Biotene. Available as an oral rinse, toothpaste, spray, or gel, Biotene can provide soothing relief, and it helps keep your mouth healthy, too. Remember, while your medication is doing you good, a dry mouth isn't. Biotene, for people who suffer from a dry mouth.
Looks like 20 feet.
At Intel, they have this technology. You can take a picture and measure the distance before you jump.
Intel, this is where it all changes.
So you think all auto glass companies are the same? Well, they're not. When your windshield needs to be replaced, nobody makes it as worry-free as Safelite. First, Safelite emails a photo of the technician, so you know who to expect and how soon.
Right on time.
Safelite's one-of-a-kind TrueSeal technology places a new glass in perfect position for a strong, reliable bond you can trust.
Oh, that looks great.
You're all set.
Thank you so much.
Schedule now to get the Safelite Advantage.
Safelite Repair, Safelite Replace.
Do you have a box of cleaners under your kitchen sink that you spend hundreds of dollars on and left you disappointed? Hi, Chef Tony here. Now, I love to cook, but it can get messy. So how do I keep my things looking new? This is My Cleaning Secret by Simonize. Now you can clean even the messiest of messes in just seconds with no scratching. Look at that. Simonize is a trusted name known for over 100 years. This one tub will clean almost everything in your entire home. Brass, copper, porcelain, stainless steel, glass tops. How about things like golf clubs, the rims of your tires, a rusty barbecue? Just dampen, dab, and wipe it away. Even the rust with no bleach. And here's my favorite part. Make something old look brand new. Look at that. This is the first oven cleaner you're going to use. No stinky foams, no rubber gloves. Whether it's burnt on, dried on, baked on, or caked on, My Cleaning Secret makes it look like new. Remove stains, tarnish, rust, or lime without having to waste the time. Call or go online right now, and I'll send you a tub of My Cleaning Secret by Simonize today for only $9.95. And I'll include this dual-sided microfiber cleaning pad free. It's soft on one side with a scrubber on the other. But that's not all. Order now, and I'll supersize it at no additional charge. And I'm still not done. Order right now, and I'll double the offer. Just pay separate processing and handling. That's 2 supersized tubs of My Cleaning Secret and 2 dual-sided cleaning pads, a huge value for just $9.95.
To order My Cleaning Secret for $9.95 plus processing and handling, call 1-800-682-8718. That's 1-800-682-8718. Or order online at mycleaningsecret.com. Call or log on now.
Every Sunday night, we're joining these extreme fortune seekers, gambling on the dig of their lives.
Get down now! This ain't a good place to make a mistake.
Season 3 of Prospectors, The $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 67 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunny, high 76. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, a mainly sunny sky, high 73. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
On camera. Oh my God. Tonight, tomorrow night, every weeknight. Wild weather at 8 on the Weather Channel.
Well, here's something you don't see all that often. This is the Maggie May. Yes, a boat stuck in the snow. A truck was hauling this 43-foot boat to a boat show in downtown Boston Wednesday when the truck stalled, the one that was towing it.
Can you imagine it's boat show season already? And just getting around in a small car is hard enough. This boat got stuck in the snow, people digging it out. Afterwards, a big traffic jam in Boston's financial district because of this. And streets are a lot tighter, as you can imagine, because of all of the snow. Workers eventually did get the truck and the boat out. And traffic returned to as much as normal as can be with all of the snow on the ground.
It's hard enough getting a small compact car through some of these snow-covered streets, never mind a huge boat like that. Thank you so much for staying with us here on Weather Center Live. I'm Kelly Cass.
And I'm Chris Warren. If it's not the snow, it's the cold in a lot of places. Let's take a live look at Cleveland. And right now, a little bit of snow coming down, and it's cold, 25 degrees, but breezy conditions are going to make it feel even colder. Wind chill advisory this afternoon into midday tomorrow, and we're looking at temperatures dropping down to around 4 below zero in Cleveland. But it's going to feel even colder with the wind, 10 to 20 degrees cooler than zero is what it'll feel like, Kelly.
I mean, hard to believe, Chris, we haven't even had the coldest air of the season yet for a lot of locations in the East Coast. All the way down south, we are going to be shivering, reaching for the fleece and the parkas. There's a look at the 24-hour temperature change. It's actually a little bit warmer compared to this time yesterday in New York City. 7 degrees warmer. We'll take that, too, in Boston. And even Burlington, we're about 23 degrees warmer compared to yesterday. But look over here. Yeah, we've got some colder temperatures headed our way, and that is just the first sign of it to come. Right now, you've got got those numbers in the teens between Buffalo and Cleveland, even low 20s around Pittsburgh. Not bad. We're above freezing in New York City, 37 degrees in Washington, D.C. It is cold enough, though, to support that clipper, producing snow across the Northeast as we go through today. And you will notice eventually those numbers really come down. Look at all that lovely shade of purple, kind of like what I'm wearing today. Yeah, just definitely puts a chill right through you. Reagan Medji live in Washington Square Park in New York City to talk more about the impact there. Hey, Reagan.
Hey there. Yeah, it's weird you said it's like warmer. It is. Like, I don't have my... I don't have my gloves on. It's like the low to mid 30s right now. But, that's a little deceiving because if you look at these snowpacks, you can see that they're still almost basically intact. In fact, we got a car back here that, well, it doesn't seem like it's going anywhere. We spoke with somebody about this snowpack and how difficult it is just to get around the city.
Feet away from the curb sometimes. And it's, it's bad.
So this snowpack here, check this out. If this car, which hasn't left this spot for a while, you got to chop through all of this. And right now it's starting to loosen up just a little bit, but it's almost like ice because it's frozen and thawed and frozen and thawed again. So this is the situation. While be it a little bit minimal compared to Boston, it's still what you have to deal with when you're in an urban area.
A lot of snort out there too, Reagan, all that dirty snow surrounding you there. And you're right, the temperatures are going to be cold enough to keep it around for a little while longer. Take a look at the numbers here. We're going 39 degrees today, but then dropping it down to 20 tomorrow. And you'll note that those overnight lows are going to get especially brutal over the weekend, dropping it down into the single digits. And then we finally warm back up above the freezing mark, Reagan, as we head towards hump day next week. So we're in for the long haul here.
Yeah, absolutely. And, New York here, they have been adding aid up to Boston. I do want to make mention, I talk about, maybe in jest about this car getting stuck. But Governor Cuomo, the governor for New York, he says, hey, we're going to send the aid up to Massachusetts. About 71 heavy machinery and dump trucks, in addition to about more than 60 personnel. And the New York City Department of Sanitation, the department required and responsible for clearing all the snow, they sent up 2 of their snow melters up to Boston to help with the removal of the snow. Chris?
Reagan, thank you very much. And unlike New York City, Boston, totally different story. A lot of snow. Here's a look at what's happening in the very snow-fatigued city right now of Boston. MBTA Chief Beverly Scott abruptly resigned from leading the nation's oldest subway system yesterday. Scott ordered 2 24-hour train service shutdowns due to the winter storms in Boston. And the T has announced limited train service on 2 lines today and tomorrow. Riders are advised to expect moderate delays as the city braces for another big winter storm this weekend. And about an hour north of Boston, classes are canceled for the rest of the week at all Somerville public schools. Officials are afraid the weight of all that snow could cause roofs to collapse. And there has been a lot of snow that has come very recently, and that's part of the problem. If you get the storm spread out for the whole season, from the beginning of the season to the end of the season, it's not as big of a deal. But when it comes quickly, that's when you have some big problems. So here's a look at some of the biggest seasons, the top 10 seasons. And as you look at number 1, that was in 95 and 96, more than 100 inches. Now, this season, 2014, 2015, is number 9. However, a lot of these numbers are close together. 90s, 80s, 80s, and then upper 70s is this season so far. So if you add a foot of snow, which is possible over the weekend in Boston, that could jump this right here. You add a foot, could jump it to the number 3 spot. And this is still mid-February. So keep that in mind in Boston. And as you compare the 95-96 season to this season, it was spread out a bit more. December had a lot, January had a lot, February had a lot. But in 2015, again, not even halfway through February, Kelly, and already more than 40 inches. That's why there's so many problems out there getting all that snow seemingly at once.
And getting worse. It's been 3 days since Boston has seen measurable snow, but with back-to-back winter storms, some people are still digging out from over 70 inches. The Weather Channel's Ron Blom looks at one small town's struggle to clear all that snow before the next storm.
Across the neighborhoods of Boston, there is really only one job: move as much snow out of the way as possible to reclaim a city. Some of it is done on a big scale, but most of it is done one shovel load at a time. Will Tran, who lives in this Boston neighborhood, approaches snow removal like a sport. His throws have plenty of gusto.
The biggest issue? More snow coming. It's not pleasant. It's like mandatory discipline.
This is the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston. Out on the main drag, there's a semblance of snow-clogged order. Although if you look around, it is evident that the big snow does not discriminate when it comes to automotive burials. But it is on the residential streets where the struggle against snow is more personal. The lanes are narrowed. The trash piles up. Some buried cars show scars of the snow removal effort, big blade-like cuts. Others looked buried for good. Every household faces the challenge to dig out.
The trick is to shovel in sections. You know, a little bit today, a little bit tonight, and it does a number on your back, but you could either have this or you could have this. Yeah.
The neighborhoods are quiet as most drivers move cautiously past the buried vehicles that show hints of paint from beneath the snow. When those cars are dug out, the spaces are claimed with all manner of items. No one who has done this much work is willing to let anyone else share in the spoils.
Because they dug out the parking spot, so they want to keep it.
So when you see this chair, don't you dare. You can't park here. Circling the neighborhoods of Boston and looking for a place to park, I'm Ron Blom for the Weather Channel.
Really puts you there, and we've got more snow and bitter cold this weekend.
A lot of snow on the way for the Northeast and for the rest of the country. Big storm's going to move through. We talk about that cold, too, coming up.
Currently in our area, 68 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunny, high 76. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, a mainly sunny sky. High 73. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Before Mars, before the moon, we did the impossible again and again. Live the future of space travel at Exploration Space, one of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex in Orlando. Always exploring.
Robitussin has a unique dual-action liquid that instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Control your cough with Robitussin.
Cofequince number 5, the sleepless night. Sorry. Robitussin DM Max Nighttime's dual-action liquid instantly soothes your throat and delivers fast, powerful cough relief. Robitussin, don't suffer the Cofequinces.
Robitussin has a dual-action liquid that soothes your throat and relieves your cough.
Discover card. Hey, so I'm looking at my bill and my FICO credit score is on here. We give you your FICO score each month for free. Awesome sauce.
Wow. The only person I know that says that is Lisa.
Julie?
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Get the IT card and see your FICO credit score.
You can't predict the market. But at T. Rowe Price, we've helped guide our clients through good times and bad. Our experienced investment professionals are one reason over 85% of our mutual funds beat their 10-year Lipper averages. So in a variety of markets, we can help you feel confident. Request a prospectus or summary prospectus with investment information, risks, fees, and expenses to read and consider carefully before investing. Call us or your advisor. T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence.
Sometimes the best used car on the road is the one you're still using. Right now, get a synthetic blend oil change, including a free battery check for only $21.99 at Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive a Firestone.
When it comes to fighting the flu virus, remember to wash your hands, get your flu shot, and use Clorox disinfecting products to kill 99.9% of flu viruses. This cold and flu season, let's help spread protection.
When it comes to Medicare, everyone talks about what happens when you turn 65. But really, it's what you do before that counts. That's thinking time. When you ask yourself, how do you want this to go? See, Medicare doesn't cover everything, only about 80% of Part B medical costs. The rest is on you. So get started on an informed decision.
Consider an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare Supplement Insurance plans, these plans could help pay for some of what Medicare doesn't. That could really save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. So call now and request this free decision guide. Just a little preparation could mean a lot down the road. Make sure you have the information you need to go along.
Think about this. Do you want to choose your doctors? Avoid networks. What about referrals?
All plans like these let you visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients, with no networks and virtually no referrals needed.
Hey, you've made health insurance decisions before, but this time you're doing it on your own. So the partner you choose is big.
United Healthcare Insurance Company has over 30 years experience and the commitment to be by your side. Call now and discover how an AARP Medicare supplement plan could go along for you. These are the only plans of their kind endorsed by AARP. And 9 out of 10 plan members surveyed say they'd recommend their plan.
Having the right information is just smart. Do you really want to leave something this important up to chance?
Remember, Medicare doesn't cover everything. The rest is up to you. So call now, request your free guide, and explore the range of AARP Medicare supplement plans to choose from based on your needs and budget.
65 may get all the attention, but now is a good time to start thinking about how you want things to be.
Go long.
Before ISS, before Hubble, we built the most extraordinary machine. Stand nose to nose with Space Shuttle Atlantis, one of thousands of exciting things to explore at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex in Orlando. Always exploring.
This is Weather Center Live, and this today is some bitter cold air. You see a big dip in the jet stream, and we have cold air in place. Now, it's going to get even worse for more areas because more bitter cold comes down from the north, way north in Canada, and this cold air does make it all the way to Florida. The southeast will be feeling this chill, especially by Sunday. A lot of that cold air will be entrenched. So here's a look at the overnight lows. Waking up in the morning, getting out around sunrise, 20s for much of the southeast, still below freezing in Nashville, Charlotte, Atlanta, even in Charleston, South Carolina. And lows on Sunday, you're going to see these readings into the 20s. It is going to stay very chilly, and the highs not warming up much more into the 40s in many locations in the southeast, 10 degrees cooler than average for some spots, and then back to average for highs on Saturday, but still some very cold morning lows. And then by Sunday, that cools down again. Looking at readings in some cases more than 20 degrees, Kelly, cooler than average.
And Chris, with all the snow piling up in the northeast, there could be trouble lurking off your second-story roof. In this edition of Brainstorm, Sam Champion examines the dangerous side of an iconic symbol of winter.
When temperatures rise during the winter, the big thaw can kick in. Ice starts to melt and becomes very unstable. Those beautiful icicles you can see hanging from your roof can instantly turn into frozen missiles. To see just how dangerous these icicles can be, we had one of our Brainstorm official technicians, Nick Uhas, set up an icy test.
This icicle is 40 inches long and weighs 30 pounds. We're about to drop this icicle 25 feet, the same as a two-story building, to measure the impact force. 3, 2, 1, drop.
At impact, our high-tech pressure pad found the icicle hits the ground with more than 1,200 pounds of force. That's more impact than a battering ram against a closed door. We found what makes these icicles particularly dangerous is the point, their aerodynamic shape. With a drag coefficient of less than 0.295, the icicle cuts through the air like a speeding bullet. accelerating to more than 25 miles an hour just before impact. Its shape also means that most of the force of the impact is concentrated on an area about the size of a quarter. This high energy density makes the impact especially powerful. The icicle easily piercing through an entire watermelon, a shingled roof, even a coconut.
Well, that's one way to open up a coconut. Very good.
As for protection, you could find it right in your driveway, specifically the windshield of your vehicle. Laminated, reinforced windshields can typically withstand a ton of force, which is why it took 2 different drops for the icicle to penetrate this truck's windshield. And the truck's roof is even tougher. To generate enough force to crush that, an icicle would have had to weigh about the same as an average human. You've been brainstorming. Sam Champion, The Weather Channel.
All right, that's pretty cool. Steer clear of those icicles. They're getting pretty lengthy in some areas. Now we have inspiring, best describes our next story.
I live my dream, and when I go out and talk to kids, I tell them to live your dream.
His incredible dream and journey when we come back here on Weather Center Live.
Please? No. Please? No.
For those headaches that just aren't bad enough for a lot of medicine, there's new Excedrin Mild Headache. 35% less medicine, plus a booster to end everyday headaches fast.
Wow, my headache's gone.
Excedrin Mild Headache.
Ever since Daryl's wife started using Gain Flings, their laundry smells more amazing than ever.
Honey, isn't that the dog's towel?
Hey, me towel, Sue towel. More Gain Scent plus Oxy Boost and Febreze for 3 big things in one Gain Fling. It's our best gain ever.
Every Sunday night, we're taking our cameras to 14,000 feet.
This ain't a good place to make a mistake.
With these extreme fortune seekers.
Look how blue that is.
Gambling on the dig of their lives.
This is an absolute extreme situation. If this is my last year on the mound, be a fine way to go out.
Season 3, Prospectors, the $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 68 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunny, high 76. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, a mainly sunny sky, high 73. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Let's go from our little girl to all grown up. Let's say out with the old and in with the options, like that one, or those, with features like this. Let's get exactly what we imagined for less than we thought, and turn a modest budget into a majorly stylish bath. New bathroom? No problem. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Shop stylish vanities in-store and online.
When you feel good, no one is immune. With antioxidants, electrolytes, and B vitamins, plus more vitamin C than 10 oranges, Emergency transforms more than just water. Emergency, let your awesome out.
Toenail fungus?
Don't hide it. Tackle it with new FDA-approved Jublia. Jublia is a prescription medicine proven to treat toenail fungus. Use Jublia as instructed by your doctor. Once applied, Jublia gets to the site of infection by going under, around, and through the nail. Most common side effects include ingrown toenail, application site redness, itching, swelling, burning or stinging, blisters, and pain. Tackle it. Ask your doctor now if new Jublia is right for you.
Who wants pizza rolls? This game day, fun harder with Totino's Pizza Rolls.
Don't miss Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get great deals all week long. Like when you buy 3 select tires, you'll get the 4th one free.
Comcast, the country's leading provider of entertainment technology, is now hiring technicians and installers in your area. Comcast is searching for individuals who have a passion for the communications industry and who enjoy working one-on-one with customers. If you are enthusiastic with great people and problem-solving skills, log on to jobs.comcast.com to apply. Become part of the Comcast team and work for a dynamic company that offers flexible shifts and great benefits. Log on to jobs.comcast.com and apply today.
Fresh, fun, informative. It's Fox and Friends. Weekday mornings, pull up a seat and join Steve, Elizabeth, and Brian on the Kirby couch. Get a jump start on the important stories, hot topics, and issues everyone will be talking about. Plus, you never know who's going to stop by or what's going to happen next. Get in on the conversation weekday mornings on Fox and Friends.
Azure. Waterfront living. Perfected. Call today for a personal appointment.
Remember, Berries.com. Click the mic and enter code WEATHER or call 888-SWEET-90.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Jim Cantori, now on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. Winter weather update time, guys. We talk about the cold air a lot, and we're going to show you where it's coming from. Sometimes cold air just comes from southern Canada. Look at some of the trajectories with this globe perspective that we've got for you to show you that jet stream is now scraping away air masses from polar latitudes and bringing them south into the U.S. Let's go sort of, I guess, outbreak by outbreak, you could call it, over the next few days. Look at that. The cold air is coming from way north, and then it's just coming right south. There's no stopping it. There's nothing we can do. And if you want to look at the temperature highs that we expect on Sunday, let's go to the maps. There you go, guys. It gets all the way to the south. Look at that. 50 in Jacksonville, Florida, 40 in Atlanta, 22 in D.C., guys. So this cold air is not holding back. There's nothing that's going to stop it. So let's now have a look here at some of the temperatures there now up in Canada, well below zero. Not so unusual, right? But I want to show you what I think is going to be happening to the pattern overall over the next week to 10 days. Right now, the warm air is here and the cold air obviously there, with the northwest flow in between. Here is the axis of the ridge. That's the axis of the warm air mass now. Watch what happens as we go through the next, say 10 days or so, that bit by bit, that ridge shifts a little bit farther to the west so that in about 10 days, and most of the guidance does support this, the ridge backs off to the west. It's called retrograding, right? And so what that means is that it's going to start to pull in some colder air into the west, which we haven't seen in a long time, and bring more of a storm track from west to east across the country, leaving the south reasonably mild and keeping the cold air in place off to the north. So that's the new thing, I think, to look at over the next week to 10 days. Guys, back to you.
Greg, thank you so much. Well, you know, going into space is such an amazing feat and, you know, one not many people can claim.
That's certainly true. Meteorologist Paul Goodlow has the story of one man's inspiring journey as our celebration of Black History Month continues.
6, 5, we have engine start, 2, 1, we have ignition and we have liftoff.
Space Shuttle mission number 8, August 30th, 1983.
Standing by for main engine throttle down and control.
Historic in several ways. While it was the third flight for Challenger, it was the first launch and landing at night, which the weather threatened to postpone. It was also the first flight for Dr. Guion Bluford, better known as Guy.
What was it like being the first African American in space?
It was my job to do the best job possible to open up opportunities for other African Americans. I also knew that I wanted to set the standard, to make people realize that African Americans are very competent.
President Ronald Reagan wasted no time in touting Bluford's accomplishment.
Guy, congratulations. You
I think are paving the way for many others.
There is no question that he helped break the color barrier in the astronaut office. Guy came in with a PhD, fighter pilot in the Air Force. He had all the credentials and didn't need to explain anything to anybody.
I grew up in a world where I could do anything I wanted to do, so it didn't seem unusual for me to want to be an aerospace engineer.
And then that first flight, the one that almost didn't happen as scheduled.
I can remember vividly their departure from the crew quarters that night to go to the pad, and we were in the middle of a thunderstorm. We had just seen this big bolt of lightning strike the tower. Guy and Dick Truly, their commander, just kind of casually strolled out of the van through the rain, got aboard.
Not only am I the first African American to fly in space, but I'm the first African American to have flown a second time, and a third time, and a fourth time.
Bluford flew 4 missions, logging more than 688 hours in space before retiring from NASA in 1993.
I was impressed with the machine. You know, I'm on orbit in this machine going at 18,000 miles an hour, and I'm in awe of it.
I think Guy not only was a mentor and a role model to me as an African-American male, but I think over time Guy became a role model to everyone who saw him.
I'm a firm believer in encouraging people to chase their dream, feel confident that you can get there, plan to succeed.
What do you want your legacy to be?
That I left behind a world that's enriched by what I've done.
All right, Weather Center Live is back at the top of the hour, and some places do need to get going on digging out because there's going to be even more snow to dig out soon.
Oh, yeah, I'm not even sure where we're going to put it now, but yet we do have possibly even a blizzard on the way. We're going to break down the timing of the next 1-2 punch for parts of the Northeast. We're back in just 60 seconds.
Currently in our area, 69 degrees under fair skies. Today, sunny, high 76. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, a mainly sunny sky, high 73. Winds north-northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
For joining us today in the lab. I'm Chris Warren.
And I'm Kelly Cass. We're huddled together, keeping warm on this Thursday. We're also tracking our next winter storm. Dr. Greg Postel joins us because it looks like the next few days are going to be especially impactful.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a possible blizzard coming up over the weekend in the Northeast again, you know, and then maybe a long track winter event next week that's really going to go from the south all the way up to New England. It just won't stop.
A cross-country storm with multiple impacts.
Yes. Indeed, absolutely.
Amazing, and more snow on the way and more cold for these areas. And if you haven't seen a lot of snow or enough snow to your liking in New York City, there's a chance you can see some flakes flying later on today. Also Pittsburgh, cold, and it's going to be colder. And we're looking at Buffalo with some snow you can see as well. All of these areas, and of course Boston. Oh, Boston, once again, another big storm. The storm by itself, without what we've seen this month, Kelly, would be a big deal. But now this is on top of so much snow already.
Almost sounds like a song you were starting to sing. Boston, oh Boston.
It's a blues song.
We feel your pain. And yeah, we're singing the blues. Unless you're a skier or a boarder, of course, and you're happy about all the fresh powder we've got coming through. But yeah, we've got a clipper moving through the Northeast right now as we speak. We're seeing snow around the Capital District, moving toward the Berkshires and all the way down toward the Poconos as well. New York City, just in the clouds right now. We've got 35 35 degrees for you, 39, and yes, a little bit of light snow in the nation's capital. Only in the teens, though, from Buffalo back towards Cleveland, and it looks like that snow will pile up in a few locations, maybe a few inches, but for places like New York, not as much, especially if we get some rain showers mixing in. That will hold us down to about an inch or so. Snow showers will continue off the lakes as we go through tonight and up and down the coast of Maine, where even Portland, you've been having way too much snow lately. Well, Jim Cantore is in Boston's famous Fenway Park to show how the snow is blanketing the baseball field there.
It is truck day here at Fenway Park, and we are actually inside the park. And I'll tell you, I've never in my wildest dreams imagined I would be standing in knee to thigh deep snow here. And it's just like this on the field as well. Take a look at this Twitter picture and you can see what we're talking about. I mean, this is the edge of the snow where they've pretty much taken a snowblower and removed it from the wall. These are where all the drains are. So once this melts, if it ever melts, they'll be able to get some of this snow out of here. But it's just absolutely incredible when you think about this much snow and the fact that opening day is 2 months and 1 day exactly from the day today. And this year, the Red Sox actually have a later opening date than they normally would. So they're going to be away for their first few series, obviously playing the Yankees and whatnot as they start the new season. But boy, I'll tell you guys, it's tough down here in the right field box seats to even find them once you get out here in this part of the field because of all the snow that we've had. And this, of course, is a hitter's dream out here. Especially if you're a lefty, you know, we've all seen Poppy line drive it over the fence here and over the wall. And there's Pesky's pole right there, standing proud and tall amongst the snow. Well, it's wintertime in Boston. More snow is in the forecast, but baseball is right around the corner. From Fenway Park in Boston, I'm meteorologist Jim Cantore.
Jim, thank you. All that snow where Jim is, that's really just past 3 weeks or so. Here's a look at the snowy calendar going back in time. Here's February, so this is still January. We're seeing some snow, which really started right here on the 24th with more than 5 inches of snow. A few days later, 1, 2, 3 days later, 22 inches of snow in Boston. And now we're still in January, getting into February. It's kind of getting nickel and dimed here, as we'll say sometimes, with some snow coming down. Another inch a week after that, and with less than a week from those 22 inches. Then a couple days later, look at this right here. Another foot, more than a foot in Boston. Little bit of a break on the 3rd and 4th of February. And then more nickel and dime situations, so more snow coming down. And then again, the next week, the 8th and the 9th, look at that, 7 inches and then more than a foot again. So bout after bout of storms moving through Boston, and you can see kind of nickel and dime the past couple of days. Now here's this weekend. Watch this. Take a look at this forecast. On the calendar, what we've already seen, adding to this, another chance for some snow today, and then this weekend, more snow developing in the afternoon. You see the snow going sideways right there. We're talking about the possibility, once again, of a blizzard. So this is what we're going to be dealing with, Kelly.
Chris, hi Chris, how are you? Yes, I did change my name. I'm Greg. Yes, let's look at Saturday's snowfall forecast really across parts of the Northeast. We've got snow showers really as this clipper comes in from the northwest flow. Guys, this is the beginning of the weekend event that will start relatively, I would say, not too crazy. I mean, we've got some snow showers and some snow, but it's Saturday night, guys, and we have to watch out for this strong coastal low developing with the possibility of some heavy snow and wind on the northwest side of this thing. This low is going to be close to the coast, unlike ones we've seen in recent. I'll talk to that in a second, but it continues on Sunday, guys, with the possibility of blizzard conditions, and it is going to be really, really cold as well. So a lot of ingredients are lining up for yet again another significant snow. But let me tell you where it's coming from, because this gives you an idea of how cold it's going to be with it. It's this little circulation in the upper level weather charts, guys. It's that one that's coming from north of the Arctic Circle that's going to find itself, boom, right there. This is the upper level energy that's associated with it just off the East Coast on Sunday. The difference between this one and what we've seen yesterday and that we'll see today and a little bit tomorrow is how close to the coast it's going to be. So let's have a look at just that. Yesterday's system was about 500 miles offshore, gave a little bit of sort of ocean effect snow to parts of eastern Massachusetts. The one we're going to get, we think, tonight and maybe tomorrow, a little bit closer to the coast, but not bringing much more than, say, 1 to 3 inches to parts of central and northern New England. The one over the weekend, guys, is going to be in tight and it's going to be stronger as well. There it is, which is why we think there's a possibility of some blizzard conditions with the strength of the system, the amount of the snow, and it could be very, very significant. We're looking at the possibility of 8 to 12 inches at least in Boston, maybe more than that as you head toward down east Maine, guys. This is a very large deal, and if you want to time it out, for example, in Boston, it begins on Saturday and then it goes really in earnest over Saturday night and Sunday morning, and very, very cold, but not just Boston, many locations in the Northeast and New England. Back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Posteld. Unlike Boston, New York City, when it comes to snow, still kind of on the outside looking in, but this weekend, winter weather will be felt.
Yeah, in fact, we're going to talk about the impacts there with Reagan Medji, who's there live.
That's right. It's all about bundling up. But what about empty water bottles? I'll tell you why after the break.
Everything in separate bins, people. Computers, shoes. You can't put two in one.
At Intel, they make technology that lets a device be a laptop and a tablet. So you can put two in one.
No, you can't.
Can.
Can't.
Can.
Intel. This is where it all changes.
See, it's like two things in one. You're like a mermaid or one of those horse guy people.
You mean like a centaur?
See, you can.
I typed my name, and Ancestry opened the door to the world's largest online collection of family history records. Discover your story today at Ancestry.com.
Please?
No.
Please?
No.
For those headaches that just aren't bad enough for a lot of medicine, there's new Excedrin Mild Headache. 35% less medicine, plus a booster to end everyday headaches fast.
Wow, my headache's gone.
Excedrin Mild Headache.
Once upon a time, there was a nice house that lived with a family. One day, it started to rain. The house tried to keep out all the water, but water got inside and ruined everybody's everythings. The house thought she let the family down. They just didn't think it could happen. They told the house they would take better care of her. Always.
Protect what matters. Get flood insurance.
Every Sunday night, we're joining these extreme fortune seekers, gambling on the dig of their lives.
This ain't a good place to make a mistake.
Season 3 of Prospectors, The $1 Million Mountain. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 69 degrees under fair skies. Today, abundant sunshine. High 75. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mainly clear. Low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies. High 73. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Jim Cantori, now on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7.
So you think all auto glass companies are the same? Well, they're not. Safelite emails a photo of the technician, so you know who to expect and how soon.
Right on time.
Why wait? Schedule now to get the Safelite Advantage.
Safelite repair, Safelite replace.
I'm going to share a photo of my Eggo waffle when it pops up.
That's so interesting, honey, because I'm going to share a photo of my Eggo waffle when it pops up. Lego my Eggo. Lego my Eggo. Hey, leave a message. Hi, I know you're there because I can see you. I'm calling you to tell you to Lego my Eggo.
Some things are too delicious to share. Golden, crispy, warm and fluffy Eggo waffles.
Lego my Eggo.
Sunday dinners at my house.
You're waiting for my lasagna, aren't you?
It's a full day for me, and I love it. But when I started having back pain, my sister had to come help. I don't like asking for help. I took Tylenol, but I had to take 6 pills to get through the day. So my daughter brought over some Aleve. It's just 2 pills all day. And now, to family, I'm back.
Aleve, 2 pills, all day strong, all day long. And now, introducing Aleve PM for a better AM.
Right now on Weather Center Live, a live look at New York City. This is Columbus Circle, and the right-hand side there, that's Central Park. So that is the southwest corner of Central Park. Beautiful park this time of year, really any time of year, but with the snow, it's magical. If you find yourself in New York City the couple of days going for a walk in Central Park, really a highlight. You're going to see some of the snowflakes potentially in New York coming soon, possibly as early as today. And New York is way behind when it comes to traveling up Interstate 95 to Boston. You compare the two cities, oftentimes when you get a big storm in the east, both cities are impacted. Not the case this year at all. And here's a look comparing the seasons, looking at Boston and looking at New York. Here's average for New York for this time of year, how much snow you would typically expect, and how much has been received. The actual, Kelly, almost 80 inches in Boston, not anywhere near that, 20 inches in New York City.
And Chris, it's still pretty significant for the winter season for New York City, but for this month of February, we're definitely below average when it comes to snowfall, but we may make up for that. Let's see how it's looking right now in New York. Reagan Medji is there for us in Washington Square Park. And Reagan, you've really got to bundle up. These temperatures have been below average too.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys were talking about uptown in Central Park. Now we are downtown in front of Washington Square Park. You can see behind me some people already bundled up. And believe it or not, we're going to even be bundled up even more this weekend because it is going to be cold. A big C-O-L-D here in New York. Yeah, we might not have all that snow, but man, do we have those stubborn, cold February temperatures. And we spoke with one guy who says this is how he is going to approach the elements this weekend.
For me, I do not leave the house in the morning unless I am at least got about 4 or 5 layers on, starting from the feet right up to the neck. As you can see now, the sun's out, so I take this time to breathe my skin out. But for sure, 2 pairs of socks, 2 or 3 layers on my legs, and probably about 4 layers on top. Hat, gloves, scarf, and sometimes a face shield.
So conditions into the single digits and even teens. I mean, you definitely want to be able to cover any open area you have. Either, put the gloves on the hands, make sure your face is covered because frostbite can occur if you're out in the temperatures for a long amount of time in those kinds of temperatures. Right, Kelly?
Reagan, that's a very good point. I know living in New York City for a while, a lot of people are out and about and they're running from this place to that place. Stay right there. Let's talk about the forecast because, yeah, we are expecting this clipper to affect us as well with that mix of rain and snow for New York City today. Not much accumulation, though. It gets really cold and windy tonight, though. Look at that. We're down to 9. Friday features sunshine. That's not going to help our temperature at all. 20 degrees. And then, Reagan, guess what? We got more snow headed for your direction there in New York City as we head into the weekend and then again on Tuesday. So I wonder if a lot of people are liking this for Valentine's Day or not.
Well, it depends. I mean, no matter where you're going to go on Valentine's Day, you're going to be walking quickly that night. Now, not only do people in New York like to walk, but some people actually like to get in their car and get out for the weekend. But let's say, God forbid, in these Arctic temperatures, you get stuck in your car for a long amount of time. There's a couple things you want to have. At least a half a tank of gas in your car. You want to make sure that you have enough to have heat in the car and also to charge batteries. You also want to make sure that you have some kind of snacks, whether it be energy bars, power bars, or even peanut butter, nutrients and calories. And last but not least, a water bottle. Yeah, you want to add that clean snow. If it does snow, which is forecasted to do, put it in the water bottle, let it melt, then drink. Why not eat the snow? That's because your core temperature could drop, possibly opening you up to the risks of hypothermia. Back to you guys.
Very good point, Reagan. Thanks so much. We've got yet another system to track.
A big one, possibly again for the Northeast.
The way we see it, after a heavy snowfall, you have 2 options. You can stay inside or get behind the wheel of the Jeep Grand Cherokee with an available best-in-class 4x4 traction management system to maximize control, giving you confidence in all weather conditions. This is the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the most awarded SUV ever. Well-qualified lessees can lease the 2015 Grand Cherokee Laredo for $349 a month.
You again. Gorilla Glue.
Of course.
Water-activated, original Gorilla Glue expands into the materials to form an incredibly strong bond for the toughest jobs on planet Earth.
All cars are racing against time. Some are just doing better than others. Save 25% on durable Firestone Destination LE2 tires for your SUV at Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive a Firestone.
Heartburn.
Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
Guess what goes really well with eggs? Pillsbury Grand's Biscuits make breakfast even better. Grand's Biscuits make breakfast pop.
Does anybody know how I can get a small business loan fast?
I'm a chef.
I'm a stylist.
I sell tires for your car.
I'm a doc in private practice.
That's my name above that bar.
Rapid Advance.
Help my business grow.
Rapid Advance. They didn't say no. Rapid Advance.
I got approval in a day.
Rapid Advance. I got my money right away.
With Rapid, there's no hassles, no credit checks galore.
You just need to be in business for a year or more.
Call 877-GO-RAPID or visit rapidadvance.com. Get up to $300,000 in just days. 877-GO-RAPID.
Rapid Advance. They didn't say no. Rapid Advance. They help your business grow.
Call 877-GO-RAPID or rapidadvance.com.
Your money's here.
Every Sunday night, we're joining these extreme fortune seekers, gambling on the dig of their lives.
This ain't a good place to make a mistake.
I am the luckiest woman in the world because I was one of the first people to sail on Bahamas Paradise Cruise Line's beautiful Grand Celebration, the newest cruise to the Bahamas and by far the best cruise ship to ever sail from the port of Palm Beach. With 2 nights on the ship, great food, lots of pampering, a spectacular day in the Bahamas, and prices from just $149, you can get lucky too by calling 800-814-7100 today. I had so much fun that the next time I take a 2-night cruise, I'm going to add a 2-night stay in the Bahamas at a beautiful resort with soft white sand beaches and crystal clear water. This 4-night Bahamas cruise and resort stay package is the best vacation value anywhere. So what are you waiting for? Call 800-814-7100. That's 800-814-7100. And let the fun begin.
Remember, berries.com. Click the mic and enter code WEATHER or call 888-SWEET-90.
So we've got like 60 years of experience here. And that's just Sam.
Jim Cantori, now on AMHQ. Weekday mornings at 7.
Currently in our area, 70 degrees under fair skies. Today, abundant sunshine. High 75. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mainly clear. Low 52. Winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Friday, sunny skies. High 73. Winds northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Weather Channel, we are keeping track of every forecast run the computer models are putting out, and right now it looks like we are definitely going to be getting a big storm here in the Northeast. Not just today we're getting a clipper system, but as we move beyond the weekend into early next week, we're going to have quite a healthy dose of snow as well. So there's your snow that's taking place right now from the Northeast, even down toward Middle Tennessee. We've had some snow in Nashville today. Temperatures in the mid-40s, and then cooling down, also staying cool all across the South, except for maybe Dallas. Look at you guys with 68 degrees. Snow showers around the Great Lakes. Very cold in the Northeast. Temperatures only in the teens from Boston to New York. And yeah, kind of setting the stage for our next snow event as we get into the weekend. Valentine's Day, by the way. So yeah, if you're making those reservations, keep this snowstorm in mind. Just trying to get out and about. It's going to be a little tricky. In fact, there could be blizzard conditions with this next storm as it really winds up on Sunday across New England. Yes, I don't know where we're going to do that snow or where we're going to put that snow in Boston with those temperatures in the teens. We'll have to watch the southern branch of the jet stream getting a little more into the picture as well. I know a lot of you in the South have been saying, okay, where's our snow day? I know my kids have been saying that anyway. We've got that rain snow line digging all the way down into Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Tennessee. And that's going to scoot through the South as we head into Tuesday. And we'll even have the potential for severe weather on the southern side of all this. So let's dive deeper into this because this is a mess. Let's go out to the lab with Chris and Greg.
Yeah, thanks, Kelly. That's where we're going to pick it up right now. The early week, next week time frame with the threat of multiple impacts with this over multiple states, Dr. Postel. Still a few days away. Details still need to be worked out.
Oh, yeah.
But something's going to happen.
This looks like kind of a southern icy thing to me with snow on the north side and maybe some thunderstorms in the south. So it's got all kinds of hazards to deal with.
And the north side could be as far south as Tennessee,
yeah, absolutely.
Kentucky.
Look at some of these places here. This is Monday now, not far away, right? Of course, there's a lot of details to be ironed out. So little wiggles north and south of this make a big difference in Little Rock and Memphis and Nashville. But, you know, the storm is going to be coming from a different trajectory than what we've seen lately. A lot of them lately have been coming out of this northern branch that have targeted the Northeast. This one is coming from basically south out of Canada, but more into the west coast and then riding eastward from there. So I can go day by day here and show you. Follow those colored patterns here going Tuesday, Wednesday. This one is coming in from the west. So it's got the cold to the north and it's got the warm to the south, and in between it's got the storms.
But this is a huge area we're dealing with, from the Gulf Coast all the way up to the Northeast by Wednesday.
Spares nobody on the East Coast this time around. Right, the ones recently have been targeting the Northeast. This one's going to have impacts all the way to the Gulf Coast.
And even at one point in Texas.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
in the Rockies. It's a big deal.
Let's talk about how the moisture and the cold air are going to be playing together, playing probably not so nicely for many right across the Mid-South. It's that sort of border or boundary or intersection between the cold and the moisture that is going to lead to some problems as early as Monday and perhaps getting even into the Southeast. So we got to watch where that all sets up. I mean, some of the models move a rain, snow, ice line 100 miles from one run to the next. So just stay tuned, hang out, we'll figure it out for you. But Tuesday looks like we could see quite a bit of winter weather on the north side where that cold air does end up sort of hanging on.
And that's really going to be one of the big stories in the Southeast. Where is that cold air, right?
Yeah. And then Wednesday, look what happens even behind it. That cold air behind it goes all the way southward into the deep south this time around. So no one is going to be spared, unfortunately.
Mardi Gras plans?
Yeah, even if you're going on vacation in Florida, I would say middle toward the end of next week, it's going to get cold as well for you down there. So look at what we've got here on Tuesday. Notice the rain, snow, and just wintry mess pretty far south. And likewise on Wednesday. Watch out, really, all up and down the East Coast.
All right, Dr. Postel, we will stay tuned for sure. For now, let's go back to Kelly.
Well, you know, guys, Boston's ongoing struggle to dig out continues, even with more snow on the way. When snow piles so high you can't even get out of your house, you've got to be creative, right? Well, meet the Snow family and their daily struggle just to get out and get on with life here in New England. That really cool story is coming when we come back.
Don't miss Founders Days at Pep Boys, where you can get 1921 prices on items store-wide, like a Torin 2-ton floor jack, just $19.21. And when you buy 3 select tires, you get the 4th one free instantly. Trust the boys to get you there.
I'm outside. Where are you?
I'm right here. I'm in the Buick.
I don't see a Buick.
Oh, got it.
Encore, the expectation-shattering crossover from Buick.
Wow.
Now during the Buick President's Day event, lease this 2015 Encore with these premium services for 24 months for around $199 per month.
They say after seeing a magician make his assistant disappear, Mr. Clean came up with a product that makes dirt virtually disappear. He called it the Magic Eraser. It cleans like magic. Even baked on dirt disappears right before your eyes. Mr. Clean's Magic Eraser.
That leaky roof will cost you thousands in repairs, and gushing gutters can destroy your home's foundation. Hi, Phil Swift here for Flex Seal, the brand everyone trusts to coat, seal, and stop leaks fast. Just a quick shot, and Flex Seal fills cracks and holes, stopping the toughest leaks while remaining completely flexible. It's actually liquid rubber in a can. To show you the amazing sealing power of Flex Seal, we replaced the bottom of this boat with a screen door and covered it in Flex Seal. After a day on the water, not only does it stay afloat, but the inside is completely dry. And for places that are light, you're going to love Flex Seal Bright. Ideal on lighter surfaces. Perfect for quickly repairing decorative items. This light coating holds back water. A lot of water. It's like the Hoover Dam in a can. Use Flex Seal Clear to coat and protect. Now everything in plain sight can be sealed watertight. We replaced the bottom of this boat with plexiglass, drilled over 100 holes, and covered them in Flex Seal Clear. Not only does it stay afloat, but Flex Seal Clear keeps all the water out of the boat. Hello, fishy. Roofs and gutters, kitchens and bathrooms, pools, patios, and so much more. Don't call a repairman to fix leaks. You can get Flex Seal right now for just $19.99. And check this out. Flex Seal is available in all these incredible new colors. But wait, we're going to double your order and send you 2 cans of Flex Seal in your choice of clear, original, or bright for just $19.99. You're going to love Flex Seal. Here's how to order.
To order Flex Seal, call 1-800-5819-778 or go to getflexseal.com. Flex Seal colors now available. Call 1-800-5819-778 or go